Welcome back. Today is a really short video of visualizing your data in TPT using ChatGPT or an AI feature. So when we look at things like our sales reports, there's a lot of data there going through. It's not ideal. So how can we actually improve that? So what I wanted to do, is get this information and present it visually so I can actually make sense of who's buying my products and how much they're spending. So the first thing I need to do is actually clean the data. And the way I did that is I actually trimmed it down and then worked out basically the location, country, zip code, and how much they spent. This is sort of December. And I trimmed that data down. What I then did that data was, what's missing is it longitude and latitude. If you push this straight into ChatGPT, it will not work. It will say it can't find the information. So if I go to ChatGPT, it'll give us an error. So what I need to do is actually get the information, which is the information here. I'll put it in there, because it couldn't get the pre-coded data set. So by putting it in, I had to tell it to explicitly go get the longitude and latitude information. I put in the location in. So the way I did that is I entered all the data. I tried to upload through a CSV file and I didn't like it. But basically we got the data and it started putting this. So this isn't very handy for me. I just basically asked it to put it into a nice little format here. Harry. Nice little format here, and then I copied and pasted that data back into here, and then I could map it. From there, I actually then uploaded into ChatGPT, which I won't show you because it takes forever to do. Put all the data in. This is a pretty big data set here. And once I got the data, I asked it to then create this data set here. The data set includes information as buyer's name, total purchase, longitude and latitude. I'll put the data in, and then I could download these particular files. The way I essentially did that was I generated these different maps and I could do different styles. So what I did here, I've done different styles. So I got here's my top 1,500 purchases. It generates a HTML map. This is what I downloaded from ChatGPT, and then maps for me everyone who's purchased my products and where they're located. So I find this really useful in terms of visualizing who buys my products and where. So if I look at the US, which is the majority of my sales, we've got West Coast here, and we've got the East Coast, east side of the US, up and down the coast. We can zoom in, different locations, people buy it. And this is basically based on purchase details. So it'll give you the town, the postcode, and obviously how much they spent as well. So you see different groupings. There are different amounts of people. Didn't realize we sold so many down in Florida. And then you can map your data. So I find this much, much handier deciding where, in terms of the products that I develop and the markets I go for, is visualizing my data. I've got a few sales up through Asia, but not too much. As I said, different sort of curriculum than I buy my products. So this person bought 7 of them up there. And we see in Australia, because I make a lot of Australian resources up and down the East Coast, you've got lots of sales. So that's a fun way of doing that. So essentially the process of doing it is export it out to Excel, strip out all the data, the desktop, I get all your data, strip it out, and then ask ChatGPT to get your latitude. And that's fairly simple. You can just put this in here, or this data, choose, or list of the latitude and longitude. So that's a data, little bit of set goes in there. And if it's the longitude and latitude, you can then put that back in your CSV file and use that to map it. Mapping it's fairly easy. Once you've mapped it, you can then do different requests. So this is top 1,500, redo the map and adjust title by location, adjust color code to different purchase amounts. So the first ones I did just were all the same color. The location is created here. Once you've got your data in there, you can then make different types of maps. It did its first map, redo it, and just total purchases and location. Because originally you put all the, say, buyers' names and things like that in there. I didn't really want that in there. And then I adjusted the color code to different purchase amounts. So a different color where they purchased 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So basically I could see repeat purchases from certain people over time. And it's important if you get certain areas that repeatedly buy your products, it's a good area to focus on for your marketing. Then each time you can do is adjust it. So don't show how many purchases and just mark the location. That's when we look at our output data, we see the different types of outputs I've actually done on there. So we've got our simple map, which is the beginning, first one. They're all the same color, which really wasn't useful for me. So that's if you want to share with other people or yourself, this is where people buy it from me. If you look at this map, there's color coding there for people to buy different amounts of products off me, so I can basically see where my repeat buyers are. And yeah, so it's easy to visualize that data. Hopefully you found this useful. I'm probably going to chop it up a little bit, but it's a good way to visualize it. I might do a blog post based on that. Anyway, check out my store and subscribe. And thank you.